Bob Beverly. Bob and I have known each other for 40 plus years. We went to high school together. It was a very interesting experience because we lost touch. We didn't see or talk with each other for most of that 40-year period. However, a few years ago, we connected in the Los Angeles area. It's very interesting because I was there, he was there, and it was the result of friending folks on Facebook that I saw Bob Beverly on a boat at the helm. And I was, that's Bob. Actually, I used to call him Robert. Well, we got together. It was great seeing him. We had so much fun in high school. I remember the time that we borrowed the school's canoe and rode down a icy Manatoni and capsized on the way back. Very interesting story. We went down to get steak sandwiches. Pine Forge was vegetarian and we weren't. So we decided to go down to Pottstown, 5 miles away, and get steak sandwiches. We loaded our lumberjacks with steak sandwiches. I remember I had probably a half a dozen, 3 in the front, 3 in the back. And we just didn't know. The ice had broken on the river and was flowing fast. The river was flowing fast, actually. And so was the ice. And we encountered a piece that was huge, almost half the size of the river that had swollen. And we decided the only way that we could navigate around it, well, navigate it, period, was to go over the top and slide the canoe down the other side. Unfortunately, somebody went off over the side of the canoe instead of the very tip, and you know what happened. It capsized. I remember being in the river and I was laden with steak sandwiches and boots. They called them galoshes. And when I got to the bottom, my feet got stuck in the silt. My boots became even more stuck as I tried to get out of it. Finally, running out of breath, I had to hit the buckles. Fortunately, they were like snaps, and the buckles came loose. I had to ditch the steak sandwiches and my lumberjack, and came to the top, took a breath, looked around, concerned about dodging huge pieces of ice. I decided to swim underwater to the nearby bank. Well, I don't know how far it was away, but it took a while to get there. And then I felt the bank and the mud of the bank on my fingers as I crawled up the bank and looked around. There were crowds of people standing on the roadside looking into the Manatoni. And my first concern was, where's everyone else? Apparently I was the last. And climbed up and they ushered me across the street into a garage, 6 tires, that sort of thing. No heat. So I wound up with my buddies, freezing in the tire area, and the doors were open. Cold winter day and wet clothes from the icy Manatoni. Bob and I and John, Gary, we all survived it, and the school sent us transportation, an open pickup truck. We sat in the bed, and it was really cold. 5 miles back to the school with winter air wind blowing at us. Very, very interesting. Love the experience. So Bob and I wound up back in Santa Monica, LA, talking about these experiences, and he really liked the time he spent with my son Mitty, who was into washing cars in the alleyway. Bob wanted to go and get him all the equipment he needed to wash the cars. He identified with Mitty's struggle to live. I miss Bob. We had good times together. We actually went out in his boat, and that was a very special time.
You know, you can't keep a lot of stuff in there, but, you know, just enough stuff to keep you going for 3 days or so.
Right.
And I keep those, extra water in there. I keep some extra clothes, some, communication supplies, emergency communications, emergency medical. Actually, I can operate on you right here if I need to. Field operating kit, field surgical kit.
Cool.
I mean, but that's me. I keep all of this stuff.
Right.
Okay. You know, here I've got storage. Plenty of storage here. So you lift this up. Now I'm getting this changed because I need it split. But you have storage here, all the way down. You know, where I have, you know, just some stuff. I haven't really loaded anything here yet. I've got all of this up front is storage. Behind that door is storage. And on this side, I've got the same compartment. On that side, I've got the same compartment. This lifts up so you can actually walk, you know, back there.
Got it.
Here's your head, just in case you need to go to the bathroom.
Oh.
And that gives you privacy up in the front room there.
Right on. I like it. I like this. Oh, I see what you mean. You can close the door and you wind up
It doubles as a private room.
as a private room.
Yeah. And then you got your music, and you just kick back and take it easy. Now, you know, I use a microwave here, but it has also a stove.
Oh yeah?
This stove is in the storage up front. And it hangs where that refrigerator is. And I actually have a ice maker. I know you're not into ice, but I am. Okay. I can actually make my own ice.
Cool.
You know, I stuck it down in that thing.
Erica would love that.
Makes ice. I can make 27 pounds of ice a day. And as you see, I keep my little food storage back there. It's just for me to, you know, not get hungry, because sometimes I, you know, I have to eat it right now. Okay. Yeah. And you microwave some things. There's my TV antenna. I just take that, stick it on the deck up there. And under here is storage. Under here is storage. And I said there's a fuel tank here. Here's a fuel line for pumping in fuel. And you can't see the water line. But the water line comes in and drops back here, because the water line is a filling on the outside. And it comes right here. And so and you know, back here, this is where I store a lot of stuff. So there's actually 2 bikes back there. You know, I got these folding bikes way before. I had these things for about 4 or 5 years now. You see, they don't get used much because I always seem to live on a hill. Okay. And it's one thing riding a bike, there's another thing riding a bike up a hill.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So, and you can pretty much do, you know, this is the way the boat came. So, you know, I said, Andy, you know, like, I know you like to decorate. This stuff is very old and worn. So, she's going to change my curtains and stuff like that. You know, so that's pretty much it. I mean, you know, everything is in 3 steps. Okay. So it makes things a lot easier, you know, the function. I mean, you know, the thing is, if you had to live here, this is it. You don't need anything. You know, it's like, hey, and it's cheap living.
Yeah. How much?
$370 for, you know, a month, and that pays for your electricity, your water, and, you know, the fact you can come down here anytime you want. Now, you can't live here for $370, but you can come down here as much as you want. I mean, you can come down here every day. You know, overnight is where it starts costing you. If you want to stay overnight for any length of time. Now, I could probably stay here for a couple of weeks, and they wouldn't bother me. You know, but if I stay here for a couple of months, they'll start saying, hey, you know what, you're not paying the correct slip fee. The correct slip fee for this is $800, which is still cheap living, considering that everything is included. You know, so.
But no internet.
What's that again?
No internet.
Oh, yeah, I got internet through my phone.
Yeah, but I mean, other than the phone.
Oh well, you know, you can get internet. There's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can go with a Hughes, but you know, if you want to install a regular telephone in here, you can get. I mean, 'cause that's telephone service too, but you have to pay that extra. Yeah. So I don't have a telephone at home. Well, I do have one, but I never use it because the only thing, you know, when people call on that phone, they're either looking for money or they're looking for me to give them something. You know, so I don't even answer the phone. I said, hey, and she can't stand it. Yeah, she can't stand it. I said, you pick up that phone, you're going to be sorry. Because I have it for, you know, 2 reasons. My alarm system and, you know, and faxing. That's the only reason I have that phone. Otherwise, if I could make my phone work through, if it wasn't so expensive, you can make the cell phone work as your security system. Whereas, you know, they use your phone system to actually do that. It's really expensive to do that.
So are you happy, my brother?
I'm happy.
It's a good thing. You like your boat?
Well, I like it, yeah.
That's 2 of us. You took it out of gear?
So I put it back in the gear. Okay, I turn this in. It's just drifting right now.
Jump in the water?
No, don't jump in the water. Jump on the dock.
And if I miss the dock?
I'll pull you out of the water.
I haven't been for a swim in a long time.
Bob died about a little less than a year and a half ago. He succumbed to some of the issues he was dealing with. There are others who have passed, and I understand John Gary has passed as well. It was hard to recognize that as I approached 70, a lot of my friends had preceded me to the next world.